Come on.
Do you mind shutting my door? Okay. Well, man, I love lives. They're so great. And it's always something dealing with our dogs. Okay, so I said I was going to get on here and be on here for just a little bit. So I'm literally just going to check in about my food and then share one little tidbit from my day. Let's see. This morning I ate a banana and drank one of my strawberry banana body armors on the way to church. And then I ended up meeting a friend for lunch, a different friend for lunch. And so, had lunch with her at Subway. I had a chopped salad, as chopped as they were able to do it because they don't have like their big bowls to do it in anymore. So it was lettuce, spinach, tomato, black olives, fresh mozzarella, egg. I had them put egg in it for protein. And then ranch dressing, and then I had one of their bowls of cheddar and broccoli soup, and then water to drink. And then I came home, and for dinner, I finished off my mandarin orange chicken. I had 6 little nugget things left. And then, what else did I eat? And then I did salsa and chips again. And then I finished off the stuff that I had made for filling for a pumpkin no-bake pie the other day. And I counted out 5 ginger snaps and ate that with that. And then I made salsa, fresh salsa, and apparently it was terrible because I added too much salt. My dad literally will eat anything, and when I had him taste test it, because I was trying not to eat anything else, he made the worst face ever and spit it out. Couldn't even swallow it because apparently I had added too much salt. So then I was trying to make like a jar like this big of salsa, so I ended up having to make a jar like this big of salsa to even out the salt content. I just had to keep adding tomatoes and onion, and oh my gosh, it was ridiculous. So I tried a spoonful of that at the end just to make sure that I was going to like it because I was making it mainly for myself because I finished off our store-bought salsa tonight and we got a bunch of tomatoes and onions and fresh produce and stuff tonight, given to us. And so yay for this week. Then I also, before I went to bed, I had a glass of milk and, well, I should say before I came upstairs to go to bed, I had a glass of milk and I ate a bowl, probably like this size bowl of the chocolate pudding filling. I just wanted it. And that was it. That's what I ate today. I can't remember if I told you guys what play I was going to see this afternoon, but I went to go see a friend in It's a Wonderful Life, which brings me to what I wanted to share with you guys, because last night I was talking a lot about my old youth leader and just the craziness that had happened in realization of like the lives he had touched and things like that. Well, here's another crazy. So I went to this play today. Haven't seen his wife in person in years, because they had moved to Florida, and then after he passed away, she moved back up here. But I honestly don't know where she's at now. I'm pulling her onto the parking lot to park. I'm not exaggerating, guys. Like the coincidence, that's not really coincidence, is like real right now. I pull around and she's walking in the parking lot to come in and watch the play. What is happening? So it was just another reminder. And then if you've ever seen the movie, It's a Wonderful Life. So the play is like the movie, basically. And so it was just another reminder of like how much our lives touch other people's lives and how it's so important that we stop for the one. Cause like in that play, in that movie, whichever one you've seen, that's literally what it's about. Like George Bailey, the premise of it is not the best, saying that people turn into angels and they get their wings and okay. Blah. Like, let's get away from that part. But like the part where they basically make it so if George had never lived, that part is like so crucial and vital. And it's like something that's really the truth. like that his brother went through the ice and never made it past the age of however old he was, like a little kid. And in real life, when George was alive, his brother did, George saved Harry. And then Harry went on to do all these incredible things, including saving a whole bunch of people during the war. Again, this is like, it's a fiction thing, but it's real, guys. Like, it's super duper real. This is literally what it is like when we realize the impact that our lives actually have and the fact that we are created for such a time as this. So like watching that today was just a reiteration of what God's really been sharing lately. Oh, and I guess I will share one more other thing with you today. So like one of the things that God talked to me about this morning during our time together was like, he was saying, be bold. Dude, this is like, I cannot make this stuff up. Again, no such thing as coincidence. God confirms everything. It's not coincidence, it's confirmation. So he says to me, be bold. So then I get into one of my devotionals. It's talking about Joshua 1:9, where it's basically saying, be strong and courageous. And then the writer takes that and is like, so we need to be bold in our faith. So then I'm on my way to meet my friend for lunch, and I'm listening to Sean Boltz, talking about, he was sharing something from his podcast, and it was just like a little snippet of it, but he was like, we have to be bold in our faith, like Joshua 1:9. And I'm like, okay, God. So we really need to be listening to what the Lord is saying, but then also listening for his confirmation of what he has said, because he will confirm it. And so this is just like consistent confirmation that we need to be bold in our faith, like bold in what we're saying to other people, bold in how we say it to other people. Obviously, we need to speak the truth in love, like love, 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 love. Make sure you're doing it in love and not just to prove that you're right. But we need to be speaking up. We need to be stopping for the one. We need to, follow the leading of the Holy Spirit, because it is so our lives are important. Like, not because of self-importance, but because God literally created us for such a time as this. And we need to wake up every day with that realization. Like, you were created right now, for now. Like, he put you into this time frame of life for a purpose and for a reason. And you need to find out and ask him what that purpose is, because it's not just to like float around on this rock for however many years that you're destined to, live for, and just kind of, oh, okay, cool. Like, I lived my life, I worked a job and then I retired. No, like, there's a purpose. You have a purpose. And some of the things that God is having us do, which is the reason why I feel like a lot of us are on this healing and wholeness journey and health and wholeness journey, is because the stuff that he has coming up for us, we have to be healthy and on our way to wholeness to be able to fulfill those things. I know for myself, like, that's 100%. That's a 100% thing for me. Like, I need to be healthy and on my way to wholeness, health-wise especially, to be able to accomplish the things that he has for me in my future, because I won't be able to do it unhealthy. Let's just put it that way. It's not just about like living longer. It's literally about living life to the fullness in the now. Okay. So I'm not going to talk long. It's already been 8 minutes. So, short, sweet, and to the point tonight, but I just had to share that with you guys. Like, that was just so like, especially pulling in the parking lot and I see my youth pastor's wife and I'm like, what is going on? Okay, Lord. And the conversation I had with my friend, during lunch today was so like, just amazing reminders of God's goodness and his faithfulness, but also like the heartache of people that are walking around us, and that we need to treat them the way that Jesus would treat them and not set them up to these high standards that we sometimes set with people because we want them healed up faster than what we allowed ourselves even to heal, like the time that we allowed ourselves to heal. We got to remember that, okay? We have to remember that. We're not perfect. We were not born perfect. We were born into a sinful world. We were born into sin. we had this journey. We have our own journey that we're walking on, this faith journey. And just because in a sense it looks like we're potentially further along than somebody else, that does not give us the right. It doesn't give us the right to look down on anybody. That's exactly what Jesus did when he was saying to the Pharisees all the things that he was saying, because that's what they were doing. They were literally like looking down their nose at other people because they felt holier than them. No, stop it. Just stop it. Stop doing that. I'm speaking to myself too. Like, I gotta stop doing that. Like, when I look at somebody and I'm like, man, they've been saved for blah, blah, blah. And they say, no, why am I even saying that? That's none of my business. Number one, their faith walk is their faith walk. And if I'm seeing something as their brother and sister, if I do not have the relational collateral with them because I'm kind of a far back and I'm not in their inner circle, then what is my responsibility? My responsibility is to pray for them. I'm responsible to pray for them and encourage them. That is my responsibility, not drag them down, because half the time these people that we see in our lives, and we're talking people who are walking their faith journey with the Lord and those that are in a sinful nature still and have not been born again. Okay. People across the board, when we're going to see people that are struggling no matter what, it is important the way that we treat them. Because think about when you were on your walk at the beginning of your faith journey, whatever you want to call it, like coming out of the muck and mire of the pig pen, the pigsty. Think about the way that you would have wanted to be treated in that sense. Again, it really doesn't matter if somebody is quote unquote saved and has been for years, but they're still struggling, versus somebody who is even walking with the Lord. When it comes to the way that we should be loving them, we need to love each other, period. And that means respecting them. That means encouraging them. Oh man, let's just be the love of Christ. So anyway, today was just really good. It was just good reminders in so many different areas. But those were the main ones. And so I wanted to share those with you guys, as well as my food intake for the day. On that note, I love all of you, and I will see you in the morning for our devotional. Good night.